Hey, Brian Sullivan, founder of Precise Selling, with a very simple 3, maybe 4, maybe 5-minute tip if I happen to talk too much. But each week, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a little 3-minute tip, and we're going to do a recap of the leadership and management seminar that we delivered just a few weeks ago. First of all, thank you so much for taking the time. We know you are really, really busy. But isn't it the most important thing to occasionally increase our knowledge and skill? It's the only way we get better, and you obviously took time to do it, so thank you. Now, I want to take you back to a little brief recap on some of the key principles that we discussed. Now, you at Netsmart have a very unique role, very much different than many of the healthcare companies that exist out there, where a manager is just a manager. Their job is to take care of their crew of people, make sure their tasks are done, and to coach them on how to be a better salesperson. But you have this challenge. So often you have this role, which is salesperson, meaning I have a big-time customer, I'm running point guard, I've got to make sure this thing works because darn it, we cannot lose this order. But in that scenario comes this decision that you have to make, and that is, when do I dominate? When do I own this thing? Again, when do I play point guard? And then when do I pass the ball off to perhaps other people on my team, either on my direct team or certainly the bigger Netsmart team? And all I want to do today is encourage you to do this. One thing I know is Netsmart hires really smart, enthusiastic, energetic people. And you got in your role because you're really good at what you do. And chances are you were really good at selling, so you were put in a leadership role. But one of the biggest lessons I had to learn is that I wasn't put in a leadership role to make everybody act and sell exactly like me. Well, I didn't know this. So as a result, I would tell my team, this is how you do things. And then, as a result, what would happen is I would get pushback. And as a result of the pushback, I would end up taking over most of the calls, and they would just sit back passively, hoping that they got some commission out of the deal. I want to convey this to you. Never forget that in the role you were in, while selling and being the point guard is absolutely vital, you can't be everywhere. So in fact, I would say your number one role is to make your salespeople better at selling. Now, I know there's a lot of tasks you have to manage, heck, things like Salesforce, your CRM, etc. But understand that you have to dedicate time each week with one-on-one coaching, and it has to be purposeful. Now, of all the research that's out there about how much time managers should spend with their people, how many hours do you think each week you should be spending with each individual coaching? Well, maybe you said an hour, 2 hours. Well, studies actually say you should be spending 6 hours one-on-one coaching your team. And that's individual, one by one. Now, I'm not saying you sit down for a 6-hour one-on-one coaching session. But what it means is throughout the week, we are working with our people. I know you're on the phone with them throughout the course of the week. But of that 6 hours, there has to be very purposeful time where you sit down and you prepare your objective. Meaning, if you're going to sit down with Brian Sullivan, you want to think about what do you want Brian Sullivan to do, say, or commit to as a result of this coaching session. Don't forget, you got to bring the walls down with me. You got to ask me some questions. You got to convey your solution. In other words, just as you expect your sales team to have a process when they walk in the door with that big call, don't forget that you too need a process in coaching. So the tip this week is think about how much time are you spending one-on-one coaching with your team. And I know you're busy, and I know you got deals to close, but I would rather have 6 of you instead of just 1 of you doing all the work. Coach your people to be great salespeople, help them with their posture, help them with their product, industry, and competitive knowledge, and don't forget your little black precise call book. This should be the journal that your team is using to assess their performance on every call. We're going to talk more about this in upcoming videos, but for now, I probably already hit my 5 minutes. So we'll see you soon on our next video and an upcoming webinar.